Welcome back, ladies, to week 3. You should have your file with you right now. You should have your winner's Bible and your journal ready to take some notes. We're going to get straight into it. Okay, step 1, cause and effect. Are you in control or out of control? Are you choosing to drive your bus or are you choosing to be the back passenger of your life? That's the first step to change. Okay, now that we're ready to commit to change, to move forward, we move to step 2, which is what we discussed last week. What was that all about? Well, that was about identifying your core values, who you are, what you stand for, and making it the decision-making process around everything that you do in your life. It's the CEO that runs the show, okay? It's what qualities cause you to be at your best. Tick, we've done that. Now that you know who you are and what you stand for, and you're choosing self-respect over disrespect, we can move to step 3. Step 3 is emotional commitment versus physical commitment, or emotional commitment and physical commitment. You can't be physically and emotionally committed to something if you're not grounded with who you are and what you stand for. So, in order to be successful in life, you need to have both heart and soul and that emotional charge to fuel you. But you also need to follow through with the physical commitment and the action steps, right? You can't just sit there and think yourself thin. You can't just go out there and mechanically do the right things and follow the program and cross the T's and dot the I's, but not be emotionally attached to it and expect to be successful. You look at any athlete, you look at any successful person in life, in any area of life, whether it's, motherhood, or whether it's, an Oscar-winning actor, or whether it's an Olympian or a singer or a business person like Bill Gates or what have you. You look at them, you look at their story, and they are physically and emotionally committed to every part of the journey. Okay, now in our lives, what I've come to realize is there are things that you're physically committed to, but not emotionally committed to. There are things that you're emotionally committed to, but not physically committed to. And then there are the things that you are both physically and emotionally committed to. And that tends to be a very small list. So, what is the purpose of emotional and physical commitment? Well, the purpose is to create space by learning how to delegate, delete, and deal with the things that we aren't physically committed to, that we aren't emotionally committed to, and purely focus on just the things that we're emotionally and also physically committed to, so that we can drive the outcome of what we want. That when times get tough or when the motivation is low, we're still going to be emotionally invested in that process. Okay, sometimes when we're going through the mechanical process of physically committing and just not seeing the results, we're still going to stick to it. We're not going to let the cheese slip off the cracker, so to speak, if that makes sense. So, what I want you to do in this one here, okay, once again, okay, to be successful, you need to be both physically and emotionally committed, right? We're going to have a list. See that? All the things that you're physically committed to, but not emotionally committed to. All the things that you're emotionally committed to, but not physically committed to. And over here, all the things you are physically committed to and also emotionally committed to. So let me take you through that. Over here, the things that you are physically committed to, but not emotionally committed to. So it could be like, you know what? I'm physically committed to houseworking, but I'm emotionally not attached to it. I'm physically committed to following that diet, but I'm not emotionally committed to that diet. I don't like it at all. I'm physically committed to going to work, but I hate my job, but I'm still going there. Okay? I'm physically committed to doing my tax, but I don't like doing my tax if you're self-employed or run your own business. These are just some examples. I'm physically committed to paying my bills, but I don't like paying my bills, but I know I have to, right? Over here in the middle, you've got all the things that you're emotionally committed to. So emotional commitment are all the things you think about, you talk about, you Google, you talk some more about, you write down, you say you're going to get around to it, but you never freaking do, okay? That goes in that list. Like start that university degree, do that course, clean out the house, clean out the garage, start that gym regime, start that training program or that diet that you said you're going to do, or do that detox that you're going to do, or catch up with that friend that you said you were going to catch up to, but you never have. Make a list until you empty out. And on this side, these are all the things that you are both physically and emotionally committed to. So for example, for me, I'm physically and emotionally committed to my son. Okay, I'm physically and emotionally committed to my sister and my niece. I'm physically and emotionally committed to training 3 times a week. I'm physically and emotionally committed to being an intuitive eater and eating through listening to my body. I'm committed to that shit, okay? I'm not committed to I'm not emotionally committed to cleaning my house. I really don't like doing it. I'd rather get a cleaner. So now you have these 3 lists here, okay? Now, what we want to do with these 3 lists, we want to go through this list and do what I call the triple D effect, okay? We're going to delegate, we're going to delete, and we're going to deal. So I might go, I hate cleaning. It takes up 4 hours of my time. And you know what? I'm not really good at it anyway. Okay. I'm going to delegate that. I'm going to get someone to come in once a week, once a month, whenever you can. That's going to free up 4 hours of my time to do the shit that I really want to do, that I'm both emotionally and physically committed to. I'd rather pay someone else to do that because it's going to be a lot cheaper in the long term than get myself to do that. So I'd put delegate next to it. Okay. Physically committed to, let's have a look. Might be physically committed to a job, okay? I should say physically committed to doing my tax, but not emotionally committed to it. So I could do it myself. I don't really like to doing it by myself. I can't really delete it. Got to pay my taxes. So I've either got to deal with it. So I'll put a D next to it and do it myself and just suck it up and stop whinging about it, because that takes up a lot of energy, or I'm going to delegate that too. Okay. Now, I might be enrolled in a university degree. Okay. And I'm physically committed to that university degree, but emotionally, I'm just not feeling it. You know what? Am I going to delete it and just, go, I'm just not going to do it? Am I going to defer it? What is it that you're going to do? Okay. Does that make sense? And you're going to do that with the middle list of emotional commitment and physical commitment. And once you've done that over here, okay, delegate, delete, deal, okay? Everything that you've written down on your delete list, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go out your backyard, you're going to get a lighter, you're going to get a match, and you're going to burn it, okay? You're going to get rid of it. You're going to get rid of the delete list. You're going to burn it from your mind. You're going to free up some space. You're going to rip it up in a million pieces and throw it into the bin. You're going to write it down some dunny loo, and you're going to flush it down the toilet. You're going to get rid of it, okay? Why? Because in your show reel now, every time it keeps coming up in your head, you're thinking you're talking about it, it's going to delete it because it's not important anymore, okay? Then you have everything that's on your deal list, okay? And on your deal list, you're going to set some time frames around that. You're going to get the shit done, okay? Why? Because when you have an end date to something, when you have a deliverable to something, it's going to free up some space, so it's not going to keep reminding you at the most inappropriate times, like when you're trying to fall asleep at night, okay? And delegate. Delegate, once again, is getting someone else that can do it, that it's over the long term, it's going to be cheaper for you. Okay, it's going to free you up from time to do everything that's on this list. And that list is everything you're physically and emotionally committed to doing. Spending more time with your kids, more time with your loved one, more time doing the things that you love to do that are important to you, that cause you to be the best version of yourself. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, I do this every single week. Okay, sometimes my lists are big, sometimes they're small. If I haven't done it for a while, I'll definitely do it. But you should be doing it at least once a month if you get the chance to do it every single week. Go through your list. Are you going to delete, delegate, or deal with it? Okay? Very, very simple. You do that, you take the guessing game out. I hope that's helped you, and I will be seeing you in week 4 for commitment. All right. See you later, ladies.